Groaners! Here we go for the final time of 2024 anyway. Didn't I do this joke last year? It's probably going to be a running thing, Groaners, more than likely. Anyway, yes, 2025, here we come! Yes, it's another stuffed special episode, and Admin Nicole has been hitting the fact finder hard to get us facts you may or may not know about the celebration of New Year in different countries. Just a heads up, many of these segments may not have anything in common with New Year, but more like strange things or occurrences that have happened as we prepare to leave 2024. I'll kick us off, just like I usually do, for the last time of 2024 with my groans. New Year parties. I like to go out in the town, but going out on the New Year can be a real pain in the proverbial backside. If you've booked into a party, a lot of the times you cannot leave to go elsewhere, and then you end up bored and you do want to go somewhere else. This is stupid. Clubs should allow you to get your hand and your ticket stamped, and then you can come and go as you please, then come back before Big Ben hits 12 o'clock in the morning and ring the New Year in after you've been to another few clubs and had a few drinks elsewhere. Not to mention, because of all the revelers, you end up in a club that is absolutely rammed. New Year, new me. A new year dawns, and a lot of people will be stating the phrase, New Year, new me. These self-same people usually fail at the first hurdle. I should know, as I'm one of them, as I always intend on going to the gym, and then I find an excuse not to bother, or things keep cropping up, blocking my access to the gym. Instead of waiting for New Year to make a change, why not make the change before New Year, and that way you are already well into the new thing you've started and you can't back out. I should also say, I hate the expression anyway, I'm not the flaming man in the mirror. New Year, new problems. Equally bad is the fear of when the new year begins. You find yourself worrying about what the new year will bring. Will old issues resurface? Or will something new rear its head to spoil your new year? It could be financial, or it could be health. It honestly is enough to depress you. Big changes are facing my life and the podcast in future, so I hope these and ventures come to fruition, as I've had many sleepless nights over this, and worrying about what could be an insane new year for Mr. E personally, and the podcast on the whole. Don't worry, the podcast isn't ending, that'll never happen, but what is planned is things to make our groan zone world a lot larger on the whole. There my groans go, launched into the groan zone by a flying cork from a bottle of bubbly. Your turn later, groaners, I promise. Oh wait, what's this? Admin Nicole just smuggled a fact to me. Of course, it's New Year fact number 1. Brazil is the destination for this fact. The Festa de la Manja takes place on New Year to celebrate Lenaja. This is the goddess of the sea. The main feature of this event is when every attendee is dressed in white, rushes into the water, bang on midnight, to jump over 7 waves. Each wave that is jumped over represents a different request the swimmer is making to a different Orixa or god. Apologies if I murdered foreign words over the course of stating this fact. More to come as the show chugs along. We now play a new couple of rounds of Double Down Dummies. Are you groaners who are listening for the final time of 2024 playing live? Are you ready? Yes, they are. You at home, groaner, clearly you're ready. You might have been on New Year, or whenever you're listening, clearly you're ready because you are listening. Double Down Dummies, here we go. One of these occurred around New Year, and the other is revolving around fireworks. Round 1. This occurred in Malaysia in 2005. In this country, that's the country of the Darwiners' residents, are a long-standing Lunar New Year tradition, even though they are banned from being sold and being used. Our hero's name was Juan, a 29-year-old excavation machine operator. He spent the evening watching the fireworks, but how did this lead to his death? Was it A, he drank so much that he fell into the hole he had dug and was buried alive the next morning? Was it B, being curious, he looked down one of the launching tubes of the fireworks, one flew up on his 10-story journey, killing him on its exit? Or C, he thought it would be fun to cover the end of the tube. Unluckily for Juan, the powerful explosion from the amount of gunpowder in the massive rockets sent him flying into the window of his car. he was found there in the morning dead. Groaners Live answers please. Those at home, you know what to do. Bees are flying in there. Bees are coming in there. Couple of A's and a C. Okay, we've had our answers there for the Groaners Live. Any more? Nope, we're done there. Moving on, round 2. This occurred in Croatia in January 2002. Our next hero thought it would be a good idea to involve a hand grenade in New Year celebrations. But how did this idea lead to his death? Was it A, he overcooked the hand grenade and blew himself up? For those who don't know what overcook means, it means you hold the grenade for too long. By the time you let go, it's too late. You're a goner. B, he used a chainsaw to open it as he wanted the gunpowder for New Year fireworks. Or C, he flung the grenade to see if it would explode as he planned. It did not. He went to go check and it went off, killing him. Groaners Live answers please. Those at home, you know what to do. Oh, we have a split. Everyone playing live has gone for B and C's. Okay, we have a split. Any more? Nope, just more B's and C's coming in. Okay, Groaners Live, I hear you loud and clear. Groaner at home, what did you go for? I honestly do not know how I kept a straight face reading these, especially the last one. When writing them, I was in tears laughing with the stupidity of it all. The answers will come later, because now we crash into Admin Nicole's New Year's Creepy Corner. Your story, episode 114, is called The Start of Something New. A story so contrived that seemed so out of place. One kill after another, all of them leading to absolutely no one. Yet all the clues were there. Maybe, if the police chief had been allowed to look into it, the killer could have been found. That is how some towns are though. Only interested when the person who dies is the one whose secrets could be led back to theirs. Alistair was only 7 years old when his tragic life began. His parents decided to go on holiday with the plan to never come back. They send Alistair money every month to keep him alive, but other than that, they have made no contact. The nature of this town saw that as an act of love and never questioned it further. So poor Alistair learned to survive all on his own, a child without love that only had himself to rely on. Yet by the time Alistair was 11, he had become quite the master of living alone. Not that he had any choice, but to grow up after all. He continued going to school, ignoring the rumours that were constantly spread about him. Alistair was a strong child, always defending himself and no one went to step in for others too. It was a real shame that others didn't see the same view for him. It was mere days before his 12th birthday, in the middle of May. A beautiful day with the sun shining ever so bright. A day that started like any other until it became the day that destroyed his life. Patricia Popular and her boyfriend, Danny Danish, wanted to give poor Alistair a bit of a scare. An early birthday present, so to speak. A good old-fashioned scare to remind Alistair that he's not as strong or as powerful as he thinks. This so-called prank of theirs was something that was months in the making. Despite them being 17 years old themselves, and only really seeing Alistair in passing, they knew he would damage their hierarchy once he was old enough, and they couldn't take that risk. They were older than Alistair, should have done better, but they didn't care. They only saw this as what had to be done. Once the clock struck 9 and the moon was out, they knew Alistair would be outside doing his nightly walk. Their months of research and mapping out his nightly route were about to pay off. However, their plan of sending out the other kids in school dressed as zombies to scare him out of town didn't work so well. Unknown to Danny, the drugs Patricia had bought off him were used for their so-called zombie horde. She believed it would make them be more believable if everyone got high. Except it made them dangerous. They weren't in their right minds, so when Alistair told them to back off and leave, nobody listened. They couldn't. So all he could do was run. He ran through the dimly lit streets looking for anywhere he could escape to. He had no idea why a bunch of teenagers were going out of their way to destroy him, but now wasn't the time for thinking. He saw the lights in the library were still on, and he banged on the window for help. Violet, the librarian, saw him and refused to let him in. She knew Alistair was a good kid. She knew he meant well and would never cause trouble unless he was truly in danger. Yet she looked him dead in the eye and told him to leave before closing the curtains on him and going back to her books. Alistair was forced to keep running as Danny and Patricia laughed on their bikes as they slowly caught up to him. Alistair used the shortcuts he knew to get into the forest. He ran until his legs ached and his hands bled from the thorns he ran through. He saw the river and Ranger Fargo pouring some kind of chemicals into it. The Ranger was not impressed at being caught. Danny and Patricia caught up to him. They saw the Ranger and promised silence for silence. The Ranger agreed, and with one sly smile and a good shove, Alistair was pushed off the ledge he was standing on, crashing on the rocks on his way down before falling into the freshly poisoned water. The river ran red that night, and Alistair was carried through the river, all its bends, getting hit across every verge and every rock face on his way down. He was found in a pool of his own blood by the edge of a sewer. If left alone, he would surely have died, and no one would have cared. Yet someone did care. Someone did find him, and from that moment on, that one person vowed to get revenge. Charlie Catch, the town pest remover, harassed and treated like dirt at every corner by every soul in this town. Never killing a single rat he caught, he gave them a home, a life, and those rats lived for him. He saved Alistair's life, but he couldn't give him a nicer scar or save his hearing. Once Alistair was healthy enough, Charlie returned to his bed, and from that day forth, he'd been silently watching over him, waiting for his moment of revenge. Charlie never expected Alistair to recognise him, as he spent most of his time in Charlie's care unconscious, but it was the brief moments of being awake where Alistair would remember small things. A scar on the right hand, a certain build, a red jumpsuit with a rat printed on it, so he knew from the start of the killings it had to be Charlie. And when he came face to face at last, nothing made him happier but to see the man who saved him. Now only one soul stood in his way, the police chief himself. Yet when Charlie confronted the police chief, he didn't kill him. He understood that the police chief wanted nothing more than a way to take over the town and force it to take accountability of everything. The chief was grateful for the shake-up that Charlie caused, and even said it would be just what he needed from to finally take charge of the town and to not let anything like Alice's case happen again. Charlie swore not to kill him, but instead help him. One way or another, the two would make sure this town understood justice. Charlie became Alistair's new guardian, and he was able to give Alistair the Christmas he promised. The new year would be nothing like what Alistair knew, for the town now had real control. The man that was once ridiculed and named as the pest of Vaudeville would now be known as its reaper. If anyone dared step out of line, Charlie would be on hand to make them regret it, and maybe someday Alistair would grow up to take his place. Ah, Nicole, this is the part 2 to the Christmas candy cane story. I only just realised it as I read it. Each time Nicole writes a story, you can just feel the effort she puts in. Drop us some love in the comments, Groaners. Speaking of Nicole, here she comes again with New Year fact number 2, and I foresee more apologies for foreign words I am going to butcher. Greece is our destination for fact number 2. A Greek custom known as Goodfoot, which is a rough translation from Podariko, which aims to bring good luck at the start of the year. Before the holiday begins, households will hang pomegranates off their door, which are thought to be a sign of luck, prosperity, and fertility. Just before midnight, everyone will turn off the lights and leave the house, and then they send a selected lucky person into the house right foot first. If done correctly, it brings that family good fortune for the coming year. Afterwards, the second person will grab the pomegranate in their right hand and smash it into the door. The more juice and seed that spill out, the more luck the new year will bring. That tradition sounds crazy good fun. Please, UK government, can we start doing that in this country, or some version of this? It'd be brilliant. More facts coming soon. Earlier I stated one of you will get a groan later, and now's your chance with the audience groan. The final audience groan for 2024 has been delivered via Discord message and has came in from Kay Frayne of Dundee. She groans, "I really hate it when my friends pressure me to go out on the new year. As much as I like Hogmanay and New Year celebrations on the whole, I don't always want to go out, as where we go, the pub is always busy as you wait for yonks to get served, plus it's getting samey. I'd much rather have my friends around my house, or I go to one of theirs, and we have a safe, good old knees up with party games and music and drink. but every year I suggest this, I get poo-pooed. Am I on my own in not wanting to go out? K, you aren't alone, as I agree with you. Going out can get old really fast and also pretty expensive. What are your thoughts, Groaners? Seems some groaners out there think the same as me, as K is one of them. Do you have a groan? Some feedback? A lucky or unlucky story? A why or why or a what the? Or wish to nominate a hero or zero of the week? You can send any of the aforementioned things via any one of the following. You can send us an email on thegroanspod@gmail.com. You can look us up on Facebook groups under the Groan Zone Podcast Facebook group. On Discord, you can find us under the Groan Zone, where we usually record on a Friday at 8:30 PM Greenwich Mean Time. You can also find myself on Mr. E. Groanyr on Facebook Messenger, or you can find Admin Nicole under the same messenger under Nicole Amos. Lastly, you can drop a comment on any episode and it'll be reviewed for the show. Now, the following baffles me and occurred recently. We bring you What the? The human mind can be a strange thing, and nothing is weirder than waking up able to do something you couldn't do, but it frightens you. A woman from London, I won't name her, although the media have, had a stroke and woke up with not only an Italian accent, but claimed she could also speak some of the words in the language. This is known as foreign language syndrome, and this can occur after damage to the brain. Those with foreign accent syndrome will speak in an unusual and distorted pattern resulting from strokes and similar things. Symptoms can be as follows: moving the tongue or jaw differently, affecting sound quality, using incorrect words or substituting them, putting sentences in the wrong order, producing longer and lower vowel sounds, like changing the English yeah to the German ja. Treatment options vary from treating the underlying cause to speech therapy and counselling. The ability to restore a person's accent varies on the individual and the underlying cause. Can you imagine starting a new year sounding like someone who isn't you? This syndrome leaves a lot of nurses and doctors scratching their heads, and it is a definite what the. Best of luck, Groaners, as we're now going straight into play. Give me the question. Is everyone ready? Yep, they're ready live. Groan at home, you're still here. You're ready. Round 1. Your answer is 21st of January to 20th of February. Your questions are: A. How long does Mr. E. Groaners, yes, me Groaners, birthday celebration last for in the new year? B. When does Chinese New Year occur? Or C. When in Dubai do they celebrate New Year with a nearly month-long feast? Groaners live, answers please. Those at home, you know what to do. Oh, we got B's coming in there. More B's. I think someone's taking the mick because they threw an A in there. C, more B's. Okay, a fairly unique split, like I said, split there, Groaners. Fairly unique spread there. Round 2. Your answer is Seolal. Your questions are: A. Which mystic figure is said to welcome in the new year in Mongolia? B. What is the name for New Year in South Korea? Or C. What is the name for a celebratory cake they make in Durban in South Africa, which marks the start of the new year? Saves the 4 Groaners live, you know what to do. Groan at home, you know what to do. We've got C's flying in there. B's flying in there. Oh, I think we'll stop there. Oh, we have a split. Okay. Any more? Nope, no one's typing. We'll end it there. Round 3. Your answer is Songkran. Your questions are: A. What is the name given to the massive water fight and water-based activities they have in Thailand to welcome in the new year? B. In Tibet, what is the name given to the gong they bang to usher in a new year with the 12th hit, meaning the new year is officially there? Or C. What is the name given to New Year's Day in India? Answers please, everyone. Groaners live, give me them. Those at home, you know what to do. C's flying in across the board there. Loads of C's. C's? Everyone's gone for C on that last one. Okay, any more? Nope, further C's. Oh, more C's. Okay, answers coming soon, but I spoke of luck, so that can only mean we must go on to unlucky. Cadbury had their royal seal of approval removed recently. That'll be strange for lovers of Cadbury chocolate in 2025. The package will still be purple though, just minus the royal seal. This has probably been done due to the king preferring healthier foods, although it should be noted that Cadbury chocolate was the late Queen Elizabeth II's favourite. It's an O unlucky for fans of the product and also the brand itself. Many other companies or brands also had their royal seal of approval taken away. In fact, it is over 400 brand names which have unluckily been impacted. This isn't a knock at the quality of any brands, by the way. Who knows, they may be restored when the next monarch comes into their time under the crown. With a sense of finality for the facts of 2024, Admin Nicole just pushed the other one under my nose. New Year fact number 3. Chile is our final destination for the facts. In the city of Talca in Chile, locals spend the night celebrating New Year's Eve at local cemeteries. It is their belief that spending the night with deceased loved ones will bring peace into their hearts and bring forth a lucky new year. That is both sweet and sad at the same time. If you've lost someone, raise a glass to them this new year. Moving along now, we have the Zero and Hero of the Year. Now I gave Nicole the mammoth task of picking out all of our Zeros and Heroes of the Year, so no one... I'm going to start that again. Moving along, we have the Hero and Zero of the Year. I gave Admin Nicole the mammoth task of rooting through all our episodes for this year and picking out her pick for Zero and Hero of the Year. We call them our New Year honours and dishonours. Out of all the 2024 episodes, the following two have been chosen. The Hero. This year marked the 80th anniversary of D-Day, so Admin Nicole has reinforced thanks to any soldier who fought towards and after D-Day for the future generation. This was from episode 85. Zero. Admin Nicole has picked those who bought unlucky individuals the Willy Wonka experience, because this started a whole new low standard for similar companies who presented future experiences for the remainder of 2024. This was from episode 81. Just before we bid adieu for another year, we've got just enough time for the game answers. Also, just a note here, there'll be no what the hell am I until the second episode of the new year. Game answers. Admin Nicole's anagram anxiety first. Your anagram was Alva rejoins. Your clue was, there are 13 of them. Apologies if this offends anyone, but I'm going to go into all of it. The answer was Jolsvinar. That's Jolasveinar, meaning you lads. I'm sorry I didn't spell out all the other foreign traditions and everything, my apologies. Iceland has 13 nights to Christmas because there are 13 Yule lads, so each one gets to visit each day. Oh dear, here we go. Sheepcoat Clod, the first Yule lad who teases sheep and sucks milk from them. Gully Gawk, hides in gullies and steals milk from buckets. Stubby, a short Yule lad who steals food from dirty pans. Spoon Licker, steals spoons. Bowl Licker, steal bowls of food from under beds. Door Slammer, slams doors in the middle of the night. Skyr Gobbler, steals Icelandic yogurt, which is called skyr. Sausage Swiper, steals sausages. Window Peeper, sneaks outside windows to steal things. Door Sniffer, has a big nose and steals baked goods. Meat Hook, steals meat, especially smoked lamb. And lastly, Candle Beggar, steals candles. Good grief. I'd be in hell if any of them visited me. Bless you, Iceland, and your Yule lads. Give me the question answers. Round 1. Your answer was 21st of January to 20th of February. Your correct question was B. When does the Chinese New Year occur? Chinese New Year occurs when the first new moon happens in the new year between these dates. It is also known as a Lunar New Year. Round 2. Your answer was Seolal. Your correct question was B. What is the name given to New Year in South Korea? New Year in South Korea falls on the second new moon between late January and early February. Round 3. Your answer was Songkran. Your correct question was A. What is the name given to the massive water fight and water-based activities they have in Thailand to welcome in the new year. From April the 13th to 15th of April, Songkran is characterised by water-related activities such as water fights and water pouring ceremonies. This is a way to symbolise renewal and purity. Last game, moving on for the game answers, Double Down Dummies. Round 1. If you went for B, being curious, he looked down one of the launching tubes of the fireworks. One flew up on its 10-story journey, killing him on its exit, I should say. That's correct. He was sent flying backwards by 10 meters. Round 2. If you went for B again, he used a chainsaw to open the hand grenade as he wanted the gunpowder for fireworks. That is correct. But I've got to ask, why, mate? Why? Why a chainsaw on a hand grenade? Why? For the end of 2024, or maybe whenever you're listening to this episode, we hope you got points. This takes us out, Groaners, for the last one of 2024. We'll see you in 2025. Happy New Year, and all the best, and good luck to us all. Take care, Groaners. Bye-bye. I'm on my... Can't speak.